Alright guys, welcome back to Deus Ex Human Revolution. I know it's been a while since the last time you see me play this, but there was a reason for that. The reason being, well, mostly it was because I was using a webcam to record the initial 24 parts, and I wasn't happy with the final product, so I had to stop the series, unfortunately. But now, since I have new technology backing me up, which is game cap, so I can capture it just as how I see it. And before I get started, I want to briefly recap, the series. And unfortunately, the game does that really well through small excerpts from what I think they call it chapters, what the chapters are about. So I'm just gonna read that to you, just cause. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm Reaper Strain 006, aka R Strain, PS3 handle, aka Grim, PS2 handle. Even though PS2 sort of has internet capability, but it's kind of messy. And I think you need like a landline to connect your PS2 to the internet. And last time I checked, I don't have any land phones. So yeah. All right, moving on. The Deus Ex Human Revolution. Welcome to the revolution. The year is 2027. Multinational biotech corporations specializing in human enhancement are vying for dominance in what has become a controversial field. Many engage in clandestine wars against each other, employing thieves, moles, and hackers to steal their competitors' ideas. To protect its research, Detroit-based Seraph Industries has recently developed its own internal security force. Enter Adam Jensen, newly appointed head of SI Security. Chapter 2. Back in the saddle. 6 months have passed since mysterious Black Ops mercenaries attacked Seraph Industries, destroying labs and murdering the company's top researchers. Although nearly killed in the attack himself, Jensen has been called back to work in the middle of his post-op recovery. Seems his boss, David Seraph, needs the newly augmented Jensen's skills to protect the firm from yet another crisis. Seraph under siege. A group of anti-augmentation extremists calling themselves Purity First have broken into Seraph Industries' manufacturing plant and taken hostages. Detroit SWAT teams are ready to storm in, but Seraph needs to keep them out until a top-secret military prototype can be hidden away. The Typhoon. He's ordered Jensen to infiltrate the plant and retrieve the Typhoon swiftly, saving Seraph workers if he can. Basically, the entire mission is about him covering his ass and his assets and stuff. Yeah. A wolf among sheep. En route to recover the Typhoon, Jensen discovers a Purity First terrorist trying to steal it, but the so-called extremist was secretly augmented and killed himself to avoid interrogation. Hoping to find answers, Jensen confronted Zeke Sanders, the Purity First leader, who swore up and down he didn't know his man was enhanced. Jensen let Sanders escape, determined to focus on the AUG. Ghost and proxy soldiers. Inexplicably denied access to the augmented terrorist corpse, Seraph sent Jensen to steal the dead man's neural hub from the morgue. At the same time, Frank Pritchard, Seraph's chief of cybersecurity, tried to figure out how the AUG had bypassed the company's firewall so easily. The hub Jensen steals provides his first clue. Turns out, a very talented hacker had been controlling the terrorist actions remotely, possibly from somewhere in Detroit. This kind of feels like the American version of a Ghost in the Shell project. Yeah. Okay, moving shadows. Decrypted data contained in the Dead Man's neural hub pointed Jensen to an abandoned factory complex in Highland Park. Flown there by Farida Malik. It's hard to say. Jensen sets out to investigate the area. Little does he suspect what he will find. A bunch of shit. Maneuvers. in the dark. Sent to Highland Park to investigate a signal, Jensen discovers more than he bargained for. A secret FEMA facility temporarily occupied by Black Ops mercenaries. The same mercenaries who left him for dead 6 months ago. Forced into combat with a soldier named Barrett, Jensen proved victorious, emerging from battle with a corpse on his hand and another possible lead. An apartment complex in China, or Shanghai, named Hengsha Court Gardens. Whew! Damn, that's a mouthful. Man, these people don't play when it comes down to vocabulary. I think this thing game was made by like Team Montreal or something. So, yeah, very, very sophisticated. Alright, so that was the backstory of what's happened so far in the game. And when I pick this back up in, well, maybe a few hours because I gotta go do some things outside the house. No, being AFK is so awful. Especially since I'm trying to get my channel off the ground, but you know, life's life. Shit happens, you gotta deal with it sometimes. But anyway, I might stop it at 7 minutes, so I can provide maybe 23 minutes of gameplay, maybe more. So just gotta fill up 15 more seconds. See, play Phil Collins. The T, Phil Collins. D. Oh wait. There was something that did it. Alright, so we're back with more Deus Ex Human Revolution, and right now we are about to continue Chapter 7. This is your host, R. Strain, aka Reaper Strain 006, aka Grim. And let's get to it. The sky. It looks very beautiful from afar. Why am I staring up?
Did you hear? Police are saying a major firefight broke out in Derelict Road. They found dead gangers everywhere.
Now let me see, where is...
We need everyone on high alert. It's not only the pro-odds who might want to get a Taggart, but the ones against them too.
You're saying that pro-human activists might see this visit as treachery?
I'm just saying anything is possible, so keep your eyes out for suspicious characters.
Right.
No one relaxes until Taggart
if you
and
say
his
something.
entourage are out of the building.
I gotta go upstairs. The hell?
Then he comes over and tries to ask him something. Holds up a hand, turns to me and says, "Excuse me, will you?" I thought it was a pretty polite gesture for somebody everyone keeps calling superior.
I'm sure Mussolini was polite too. Amazing. Even people in this company are hypnotized by Taggart's charm.
Jensen, did you happen to bump into Bill Taggart yet? I'd love to hear your impression of him.
What do you want?
As much as I hate to admit it, I need your help. That signal you shut down in DRB territory. It's been active for almost a year.
You're telling me someone outside this company has had access to our network since before the first attack?
I've detected intrusions before and shut them down swiftly every time. But whoever designed this particular algorithm is good. Very good.
You've told Sarah?
See, here's the thing. The intrusions were possible because of a backdoor access into our security system that I never even knew existed.
The one Sanders' team used to get inside our plant.
I've worked here for 7 years, Jensen, and this is the first time I've seen that particular access route. David Sarif created it specifically to bypass the firewall. He's hiding something, and I think you should find out what it is.
Why me?
Because, as far as I can tell, Sarif created that access and was streaming a lot of data through it.
Ooh, I got a practice
shortly
point.
after your ex-girlfriend suggested.
Two now. All right. Really?
Don't you have some investigating to do?
Hey, what's over here? Nothing. Where's some frags and stuff? Okay, there we go. 2. Lungs. I need the falling thing now. Anchor's landing system. And save. Gotta keep an eye on the time. Make sure I don't go over what, 17 minutes? 13 minutes. Alright. I know I had 23 minutes in my mind. Probably wanted to go to 30 minutes with this, but no, I'll just make it 20.
Excuse me.
Mr. Jensen, isn't it?
Sir, you have that charity dinner?
In a moment, Isaiah. I was hoping I might run into you, Mr. Jensen. Bill Taggart.
The founder of the Humanity Front. I know who you are.
Yes, I imagine you do. As David Sarah's top security man, I imagine you have quite the file on me. But I assure you, Mr. Jensen, I am devastated by recent events.
Really?
I do not support what you and your company are doing to mankind. I believe it's extremely dangerous. But abolishing human enhancement technologies will only be achieved through legal means.
I'll keep that in mind.
This is your first day back since the accident 6 months ago, isn't it?
Sir, we have to go.
What happened to me was no accident.
Ah, my mistake. But it Must have been stressful facing down a second incident so soon. I imagine it brought back all kinds of unpleasant memories.
I appreciate your concern, Mr. Taggart, but it was nothing I couldn't handle.
I'm a psychologist, Mr. Jensen. I know when a man is hiding behind words. The flesh may heal, but the mind is not always so resilient. You might want to keep that in mind. Now, if you'll be so kind as to excuse me.
I'm curious about something, Mr. Taggart. What is it you hope to accomplish by coming here tonight?
I would think that would be obvious. Your company has been viciously targeted. The violence and bloodshed that's occurred, it must be stopped. But I'm afraid it won't be until men of wisdom and understanding come to an agreement.
About what?
About the future, Mr. Jensen. This enhancement technology threatens to change the course of human evolution, to redefine what it even means to be human. You think governments can afford to let that go unregulated?
You can't stop progress, Mr. Taggart.
Perhaps not. But neither can we afford to sit by and watch it happen on its own. Not when we have the ability, the collective will, and foresight to influence it.
I see. Thank you for illuminating
Very
me.
thought-driven.
Anytime.
Can I speak to these guys? Yeah.
You're Taggart's aide, aren't you? Dr. Isaiah Sandoval, isn't it?
No need to play ignorant, Mr. Jensen. I am quite sure you have a file on me that's as thick as the one you have on Mr. Taggart.
You're an outspoken activist in your own right, Dr. Sandoval.
When you have seen the things that I have, you find you have no choice but to stand up and be counted. Frankly, I am surprised an ex-cop like yourself isn't more disturbed by the dangers of this technology.
Augmentations help a lot of people, Doc. Handicapped, war vets.
Yes, but at what cost? My own friend had his life ruined by these so-called enhancements of yours. A man much like you who had no choice but to become augmented. Yes, once he was. Too much power can make you do terrible things, Mr. Jensen. I suggest you think long and hard on that.
I'd like to hear more about your friend, Dr. Sandoval. What exactly did he do?
Nothing.
Was he injured in the Gulf?
He went on a rampage in a shopping mall, if you must know, hoping to be gunned down by the police, rather than face a lifetime battling augmentation addiction.
He was addicted to augments?
They don't talk about it in those corporate brochures of yours, do they? Neuroposine dependency, rejection psychosis, any number of physical and psychological ills have resulted from this technology, and yet we rarely hear a word about them.
I'm sure the literature is out there.
No thanks to the throng of corporate lawyers attempting to stop it.
Your friend, did he succeed?
Wow.
Did he suicide by cop?
No. Bill Taggart talked him down.
Wow. Bodyguard. Alright.
Just doing my
Right,
job,
you
yes,
got anything to
sir.
say?
I'm sure you can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Real shame what happened at your factory tonight.
He had the
My
most interesting story.
condolences.
It's like a great setup to Shanghai, too. Let me save it. And with that, we hit the 13-minute mark, so when I combine this with the other video, it should come out to be 20 minutes. So, this is R String saying that, well, I'm just going to put some final words with the my final thoughts on this session, but I'll probably say it for another time, because I don't want to spoil the story. So this is R String, aka Reaper Strain 006, saying I will see you when I see ya. Alright. Peace out. Take care.